Good morning. It is November 30th and we are starting the European session. Today I am trading a 30-10 long grid on the USD JPY. This is a no-stop repeating grid with entry orders every 10 pips and 30 pip profit targets on each order. I will place buy stops above, buy limits below, and I will replace each order as they cash in. I treat this just like any other mechanical system. I have a risk reward of 1-to-1. So my initial float will be 465. And that buys me a 300 pip grid, which is signified by this Fibonacci drawing here. The numbers for the grid work out to this. Each level will be negative $1 that we are in the red. As we begin to cash in our orders, we will buy back levels of the grid. A negative 300 pip grid would be equal to negative $465 or 465 units. 5 cashes, we buy back 50 pips of the grid. Just over 18 cashes, we buy back 100 pips of the grid. Around 25 cashes, I will begin to increase the lot size to double up faster. And there is a rule of diminishing returns on your grid size. As your grid gets bigger, you need more units to make up for the next level. So I would generally advise use a little bit of money or a lot of money. Don't use a medium amount of money. It doesn't help you. So I'm going to build this grid here and I will be back. Just a quick update on the grid here. We're just heading into the New York session. During the European session, I managed to hit 10 profit targets for 30 units on my grid. The top of the grid is now 113.70 and the bottom would be 110.70. I managed to hit 113.23 times, which is nice. As you can see from this Excel sheet, those 10 cashes for 30 units bought me 70 pips worth of free space. As long as price is in that 70 pips, I'm in profit. If it manages to drop below that, that's fine too. That just gives me lower entry orders. My expectations is just for price to move through the channel during New York. And I want to see lots of volume, lots of volatility. Perfect. On the bottom here, in order for us to add an extra unit, an extra level to our grid, it's a diminishing return. So to go from 300 pips to 310 pips, we would need an extra 31 units. So we are 1 unit away from adding to that. It's really not the best way to go. I would rather wait till I get to about 100 pips of free space and then start doubling my lot size to 0.02. And I would probably space those every 40 pips to start. And as we continue to hit profit targets, we will start to close that in. And we would like to see eventually the whole grid at 0.02 and 0.04 and 0.08 and so on. We would like to take advantage of the upward momentum, or at least price staying within that channel, to double our initial float as fast as we can. We don't want to get crazy. We don't want to short ourselves on the grid, but we want to take advantage of price moving. That's going to be all for today. I will be back with another update tomorrow.